What's going on YouTube? This is Phil with What a Great Deal. Thanks for tuning in for another video. Let's go ahead and knock it out of the way. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. You know the routine, and every time you guys do this, the channel continues to grow, helps us meet those goals to start doing the giveaways, and helps YouTube put this out in front of other people so that other people would know to like and subscribe it as well. So today we're just going to highlight the video footage from Friday, showing a few items that we picked up along the way. I'm not going to show all of them because there were a good amount of $40, $50, $60 items that we tried picking up to break even because there wasn't a lot of knockout items because it was a week at the bins. So we're going to go ahead and go over all of that. And then later on this week, you're going to see a recap video kind of going over the flip side of things. This shows you all the shopping. The end of the week is going to show you the shipping aspect of it to show you what we sold and what's shipped out. And that way you can kind of see both ends of the spectrum. I'm going to show you shipping costs, my average shipping numbers, the actual cost of goods from sales that I'm selling online, and that way you can kind of get a more spectrum out of the two-part videos each week. So let's get right on into the footage. Alright, so as you can see, it's just the normal walking into the store, grabbing the cart, heading over to my side while Crystal goes over to her side to do her thing. The first thing I want to show you right here is this. That is a Pokemon Elite Training Pack Championship Path. That is a $100 to $120 item. The wah factor of that one is that after going and checking it for the prices, the packs inside of it were all already picked out and rares taken. That just flew across the screen. There was actually a Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig retro arcade figure, so that while I was in the store to my cousin. There you go, it's the first phone of the day. That was actually a LG Solo. That phone is listed currently for $45, so not a bad grab. Grab these JLabs right there. I end up throwing those back because the over-the-head JLabs like that actually end up not going for much. It's kind of the opposite with the others that I'll tell you about here in a few moments, in that the in-ear, if the JLabs is the more expensive of the ones that you can resell, and we'll get to that a little bit later because we find some of those too. That Toby smartwatch, and I'm thinking it's Toby maybe. I found two of those like that one that was in blue, brand new in the packaging, great quality item. That actually goes for $45 to $50 online. I also found a pink one that was open box. I'm going to list it as used because I have no idea. It's kind of scrambled inside of it. To look at it, I've got it pictured with all the parts there, and I'm going to list it as an open item, and I have that one set to be, I believe, $35. So that you just saw was actually a mobile hotspot going in. Me and Crystal both actually found a mobile hotspot, and together we ended up finding 3 phones overall. Check out that rock tumbler. Who knew that a rock tumbler goes for $75 to $80? I've actually already had a few offers on it and got 5 watchers on it currently. So that seems to be actually a pretty popular item that I would have never thought of to pick up before. So was kind of a pleasant surprise on a, I guess, somewhat subpar day at the bins. And it was some good quality stuff overall, but like I said, a lot of $50, $60 items. So not a lot of knockout items, if you will, that we are used to seeing sometimes of, finding at least 1 or 2 items that are $100, $150 type items. But you can't have that every week. I fully understand and get that, and don't want to set the bad expectations for you that would be the case whenever you would be going and shopping at your local bin stores and such as well. Picked up this golf club. I've watched Harry Tornado enough that he's, looks at those and bats and everything, and so picked that one up to try looking at it. It was actually a junior elite golf, worth like $12, $15 in this case, so nothing worth picking up at all. The Star Wars lightsaber I had there in my cart, I ended up throwing that back as well. It kind of sticks out right there at the top behind those JBLs. Had no value to it really. It was like a $15 item. Picked up a couple of Lego sets this time, and one of them was completely open, no packages or anything inside of it, so the pieces were spilling everywhere, so I ended up just giving it back to an employee to take back. I grabbed these AVGs to see if they were going to do anything as far as quality, because I normally sell the Nortons and didn't have any luck with them. They were only going for about $15 online, and the luckily, my better half, Crystal, was able to found 2 Nortons and 5 that have the 10 device, and then 1 of the regular. That's a Happynappers. It's one of those things I've talked about the last time about getting the rainbow ones because they sell really well. That was actually the shark one, and I had that listed up online as well. That is currently listed online as a $45 item. So we'll go over that at the end of the week. So as we're kind of shopping around here, I do want to just touch base with you guys and let you know, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we'll be changing things up a little bit. This is going to be kind of the format, I think, moving forward, is to have this come out the weekend of, like, so whenever I go to the bins on Friday, that Saturday/Sunday, work on getting this video with these slowdowns to show you the items that I picked up in real time, just so you can see this end of it. And then later on in a week, Thursday or Friday or so, upload a follow-up video of anything that has sold in the last 7 to 10 days since the prior video, so that we can kind of get both ends of the spectrum. And that'll let you be able to see some of the shipping aspects and show you screenshots of the programs I use for shipping and everything like that as well. So we're going to try mixing that up. I know I'm a little late getting this video up. Whenever you're watching this, it probably won't matter, but I am a day or two behind in getting it up from where I wanted to initially. So I have another kind of a neat item coming up right here. And it's something I missed. Look at it right there. Baby Alive. I somehow completely missed that, even though I have 2 of them at the house already listed. I did look that one up, and luckily that one was only going for about $20 to $25, so it wasn't a real big miss, but just the fact that the Baby Alive sitting there staring at me did not catch my interest to know to grab it, with the other ones already listed and having offers at $45 and $50. So there you go. Another, I grabbed a couple of those Paw Patrol sets. My son is starting to really like Paw Patrol. He got a bunch of this stuff for Christmas. And B, I didn't know if it would have any value, and I kept seeing like 2 or 3 of them, so I grabbed them all to, just in case they did have some sort of a resale, I would have enough of them to be able to list multiple 3 type scenario, which is always the way that you want to do it, by the way. If you ever get a chance to grab something that has some value and grab multiple copies of that same thing, do it. It makes your eBay listing so much easier. And like me, for example, I picked one of the phones that I picked up this week was a phone that I'd already have and had it listed, so I just went ahead and went in and changed my quantity to 2 instead of 1. And so yes, it makes listing items so much easier. That was actually Ben leaving. He was a little disappointed in the stuff this week, and I don't really blame him. It was, like I said, it was a little bit of a subpar week, especially considering there was a delivery truck that was out in the parking lot when we got there at 3 o'clock in the morning to get our numbers. So he said he had 4 or 5 things, and he wasn't anything that he was willing to stand in line for, so he went and put it all back. So I keep telling you guys about this shelf at the front of the store where they put some higher end things sometimes. This is those shelves. If you'll look, I actually happen to see down at the bottom a pack of those JBL earbuds that I was talking about before. And they had them still listed as $10 like they would be if they were in the bins. So why they wrote $10 on it and put it at the front is kind of beyond me, to be honest. So I checked it out because the package was all torn, see that it was still in the plastic inside, and went ahead and shoved it back in there, throw it in the cart, because if I was going to grab it in the bins anyway for $10, I'll definitely take it off the front shelf for $10. As a comparison, those JLabs earbuds like that go for $45 versus the over-the-ear ones that I have there at the top of the cart. Those actually only go for like $15. So even by the time I'd get it for $10 and pay for shipping, I would be in the hole for selling the over-the-ear ones. But those little smaller ones that are cheaper to ship actually have a better value for what they actually are. Now the flip side of it is that the Heyday brand that comes from Target, they actually, the little ones aren't worth anything, but Crystal actually found one of the over-the-ear versions, which I hadn't really seen before, and that one actually had a pretty good resale. We actually ended up grabbing it. It was $40 for the resale for those, so for it to be a Target Heyday brand. And I looked it up online, and they actually new in-store sell for $79, so definitely a good deal. Now right here, I had grabbed this steamer, and a gentleman had stopped me, asked me where I would actually had gotten it from, so I was kind of pointing him in the direction of where I picked that up. That steamer, by the way, It's a Conair Extreme Steam. It goes for $40. So, like I said, the rock tumbler at $75 was the big win of the week. I did find, or I should say Crystal found, 2 of the Nortons for $50 each. And then there were the 3 cell phones, 2 mobile hotspots from T-Mobile, the Shockwave transformer, and I don't know if I've got that in this footage or not, because I'll be honest with you, the GoPro cut out for a moment. It got a little overheated, so I'm going to be looking into that. But it was a Transformers War for Cybertron Shockwave figure, and that it was a $40 to $45 resale. So that is we'll probably touch base on that by the end of the week, because I've had a few good offers on that also. The JLabs, the heydays that we talked about, the Happynapper already. I picked up this little crank radio, and like I said, it wasn't really worth anything, but I just grabbed it because it was kind of a neat item, and you never know what things going on with it. They are, and power outages and stuff that everybody's having right now while this video is coming out. So never hurts to have something like that handy, and it also works to like charge your phone too, which I thought was kind of a neat feature. The Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig thing that I showed you earlier, right at the beginning of the video, it just kind of flashed across the screen. So actually a collectible wrestling figure. It goes normally for like $59. Shout out to my cousin Don. He collects figures and Funkos and everything, so I sent him a picture of it real quick. He was stoked, said he was looking at getting into collecting that series anyway, and so I made him a family offer on it to do him a little bit of a deal on it to get it to him. So that was actually sold in store. Those Toby watches I was talking about that I had listed, those were for $50 each, and then $35 for the used one. Also, Crystal, I talked about the golf clubs earlier. Crystal found a bat, and you may be able to see it in her cart here in just a moment. And the bat goes for $45, and it was actually still new with the plastic on it. And I actually already have the boxes for shipping that, so make sure to go ahead and grab it. The only other thing was the wall trimmer that I picked up at the beginning of the video, and that wall trimmer was a smaller kit. It only goes for $35, but I still went ahead and grabbed it just because it was all intact in there. The end of the day numbers with this week, after eBay fees, cost of goods, and shipping, should be looking at about $430. So not a bad week of shopping and finding a few good things. And again, I mean, back-to-back subpar weeks didn't do us any real favors. Hoping for a better week on Friday coming up, but we'll see. Funny side note, if you'll look right here beside where me and Crystal are doing our checking and putting stuff back and kind of sorting through everything, that is Tom there with us. I know I joke about him a couple weeks ago in the video, and he actually asked me on here, he's like, did you blast me on YouTube? And I'm like, oh yeah, I did, because you kept cutting me off. I told you did. And so we kind of laughed about it, joked around, but you can see us all sitting there helping each other out and stuff, scanning items and talking about everything going on. And we all help out other customers that are there that have questions about things. So like I said, we kind of try taking care of the store as if it's our own and help Noah and everybody else there out. There you can see those yellow Norton boxes. Great find by the wife. So that's going to wrap it up for this week's video. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Until then, peace late, peace out.